Okay, the stream has been restarted, so let's hope we actually have a proper working frame rate now. We have 3 minutes before we go in champ select. It might be just this source or scene. Thank you, Lazy Dog. Um, let's hope it's just this scene that doesn't work if it is glitching, because early in the day it was working just fine. We'll see in just a bit. What I see on stream right now is that we still have one or two. Oh no, I don't see any frame drops given to me by Streamlabs, so let me know if everything is working nice and dandy. Looks better, thank you, but that's just me. I want your opinion about the client. Sorry, I'm joking. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about pick and ban.
Yeah, I think the Nautilus is quite an interesting pick. To pick it as the last pick, I don't think it's that good of a pick into Alistar, but it can be very helpful to lock down the Katarina or the Fiddlesticks or maybe even the Kaisa by using the ultimate. But I'm not sure if that's really needed because you already have the Udyr and the Set in this comp, which already have so much CC. So picking the Nautilus, it seems a bit overkill to me.
Yeah, the engage on Nautilus is very, very good, especially if you have a Kaisa. Against the Kaisa, it's also really nice because you take away that opportunity. It was a last pick in this scenario, but it provides a lot of fuel for Xayah, who already has the ability to use his ultimate and escape from very bad situations right here. So overall, I think they have a very nice disengage comp because Fiddlesticks and Katarina are gonna jump in your face, and you have a set to negate that. You have a Nautilus to peel your carries. You have an ADC that can press R and be invincible, untargetable, and Udyr can just run you down.
Yeah, one thing I do think though, I think the comp of Thrill lacks some damage. You have the Udyr and Set, who more are more bruiser tank style champions than pure damage. While the side of Stardom they have Gnar, Fiddlesticks, Katarina, and Kaisa, who all can basically win team fights on their own. So it's gonna be interesting how they deal because mechanics now really has to do all the work damage wise, I think. Unless if Set can get a couple kills early, then you can do a lot of damage. But most of the time, Set and Udyr will just be looking for the utility picks, being tanky and peeling for the Xayah.
Yeah, as we have a little bit of frame drops once again, I hope it's not going to happen in the game itself. Earlier today it was working just fine, but there's always something that can possibly go wrong. So let's go over this very quickly once more. Fiddlesticks, like last time for Twente, he just wants to stay out of vision and go attack whenever he can, and Udyr is gonna run you down. Probably gonna put a lot of focus in mid or in top as they have the least escapes. As we're going in game and we're gonna change the overlay, and let's hope everything works nice and smoothly. I will be checking sometimes in the THRLL Twitch, and if Neos is watching right now, which I'm sure he is, please DM me on League of Legends or on Discord if everything is working fine so I can see that right away. Thank you.
Yeah, so now if this when it shows up on stream, I think we can talk about the summoner spells and the keystones. I think summoner spells are quite normal. Both ADCs taking exhaust instead of um, heal, which means I mean exhaust is definitely a very high value against such a dive comp that Stardom has gotten for themselves. I think same Kaisa just really likes the exhaust because she can force those 1v1s quite easily. The most interesting keystone, in my opinion, is the fleet footwork for Set. Going, I mean, he went for it against when he played against Fanny on the Lulu because that's a range versus melee. But I think against Katarina, you can go for a bit of more aggressive room like the Conqueror.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the stream. It's lagging apparently very hard, so that's an unfortunate thing. Let me get rid of this one, and I'm trying to fix it as we go. Every 4 seconds it stands still for like a second. I'm gonna try what I can. I already decreased some things. On my end, everything is going perfectly fine. So there might be something in the. My internet also says it's fine.
Yeah, sometimes your mic stops for a bit, so it might be that your connection is overloaded and then it cuts off some things. But hopefully we'll be able to get it fixed. Until then, we'll just give you a cast of a game that's a bit more like a slideshow, but we can still cast with it.
Great to hear, great to hear. I've closed some different tabs and hopefully it's better right now. Keep me updated, Niels, if you are in chat, and I would very much appreciate it.
So we already see the bot lane of THRLL going for some early prio walking up, but Slimy Devil does take a full on Q from Kaisa in his face, which is a bit of damage, but I think already hitting the hook early on does not really mean that much. Seems so that now both bot lanes just want to keep pushing for that level 2, and it will go over first for the bot lane of THRLL, and they immediately start zoning the bot lane from starting away from the minions to maybe force an early all-in. As while that is happening, both junglers started topside are now moving towards bot side. They are basically on the same pace, walking through the mid lane at the same time, but a very nice hook by Nautilus to get grind. I think it's grindies are very low. Um, so Alistar has to be careful now in lane. Well, I think Udyr is clearing his jungle a bit faster than Fiddlesticks for now.
We're working on an improvement right now, so Leavin, take over, please.
Yeah. In the mid lane, so far it's Z pushing into Amazing Water. I think that's what we expected. Set is just very dominant against other melee mid laners. Katarina always just wants to dive in, but Set can just use his E if you're too close to a minion, and then you immediately lose the trade if you are Amazing Water. In the bot lane now, it seems like Grindizer wants to go a bit more aggressive, but gets hooked and gets traded some damage. While Slimy Devil uses his shield to just block most of it.
Okay, I'm alt-tabbing very quickly. You won't be able to see anything for a small second. I'm going to look if anything else is open, what I can now close off. So you have to cast without any images, so tell us what's happening.
Okay, so far it's Fiddlesticks using the Scryer's Bloom next to the Dragon Pit to get some vision over mid lane. Does not see any wards. Udyr is already on the top scuttle after taking the bot scuttle. Getting that double scuttle is very good for the Udyr who likes to get a large XP lead early on. Potato Volante gets spotted while walking through the mid lane, but the scuttle's already taken, and QTKT already ran all the way back to zone jungle. So already an 8 CS lead in the jungle, 2 camps, both scuttles for QTKT. In the top lane, it's a small CS lead for Aristocrate as opposed to Amiway, but if you are playing Karma, you don't really worry about CSing too much. You just want to get your moon stuff and then win. It is Aristocratic jumping in, getting some good damage down on Amiway, but nothing much in the bot lane. The lane is still very even. No real trades happening there after the early level things. But right as I say that is a very nice hook onto Washed Up Uzi by Slimy Devil, and some feathers now getting pulled in by Mechanics Grindizer. It dies to the Ignite, and now Washed Up Uzi has to be careful, but Slimy Devil has no hook to get a second kill.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to get back into it. We've closed some different things and I refreshed everything that I could. And it seems like it's a bit better, but we're still having some lagging frames right now. It's very weird because on my end, if I'm looking at the game right now, everything is running very smoothly. So I honestly don't know what else there is I can fix right now. What we're going to do after this game is after this game I'm going to restart my entire PC. I can't do it right now because if I leave I can't get back into the game. So we have to work with this. I'm very sorry for everyone that is watching.
Yeah, in the mid lane we saw a very nice play by the C and QTKT taking down Amazing Water, but Potato Volante was right there to be able to fear everyone up and let Amazing Water use his full ult to get a trade kill onto Z. So for now, it's a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane, but because QTKT got a very low from that play, it's the first trade going over to THRLL. Now in the bot lane, it does seem that they want to maybe continue the play after getting their trade and maybe get something onto the bot lane of THRLL, but Mechanics and Slimy Devil are just playing it very safe, having the wave pushed in past the river entrance so they can just stay back and farm everything up safely. Then now we see C still in the mid lane, just standing there, having the wave basically frozen, and QTKT is now running and him stun comes down. Amazing Water jumps away, but QTKT is here to run after him. Grindasaur is right around the corner, so is Potato Flant. QTKT gets knocked into the turret, but with the movement speed he can just run away. Then we still see now Slimy Devil clearing some wards, while Grindasaur stands there looking like an angry cow. No, it's my ward, don't clear it, but the Slimy Devil just clears it and runs away. ABV gets a bit of prio in the top lane. QTKT is invading the jungle now, already almost a 20 CS lead. That's already very big for him, but now it's Aristocratic jumping in. But then QTKT is already there. Flash in from ABV with the roots, and then QTKT stuns up Aristocrat and runs away because the TP from Amazing Water is coming in. No, no kills happening, just a TP for flash trade by both teams. In the bot lane, now the wave is starting to push in by THRLL. Washed Up Lucy and Grindasaur are just playing it a bit slow, letting THRLL push the wave in by itself. And for now, C looks to be clearing some vision in the river, but nothing much will be happening.
Well, the only thing we can do now is restart my PC entirely for the next game. Fortunately, we have to do with this small lag. In the meantime, I once again very much apologize, but there's nothing else I can do right now. So let's try to make the most of it and talk about the game the best way we can.
Yeah, for now, yeah, it seems that THRLL there have been building up their gold lead to 1.5k already after 9 minutes. That is definitely a good start. I think the main difference is in the jungle and the mid lane, where the players from THRLL are already leading by 30 CS, which is a lot this early on in the game. It seems that QTKT has now started up to Rift Herald to get even more gold for themselves. While that is happening in the bot lane, still it's the wave now getting frozen by Washed Up Uzui and Grindasaur being able to deny some minions from Mechanics and Slimy Devil, but Mechanics with the long range Q can just safely farm from a distance. But Potato Volante is already now moving down to maybe look for a play. I do think that the bot lane from THRLL is positioned far enough back. Z walks into the enemy jungle to maybe clear something, gets spotted immediately by Potato Volante and has to run away. Still nothing much happening. Top lane, Aristocrat with a small CS lead, but not really being able to do much. Now jumps in, gets the ult, but ABV can just easily heal everything back up with the Mantra W.
Yes, and we are now looking at a very even game so far. A little bit of a gold lead onto QTKT on that Udyr, but the Drake was already to Starland Gaming. So let's hope we can fight for the next one. I'm actually going to get the timers up for you right now, and the next one will be spawning in 50 seconds.
Yeah, of course, now QTKT running maybe in for a gank, but backs off because they don't know where Fiddlesticks is and they do not have vision in the river, which is a smart choice because Potato Volante was standing right there, ready to jump in with the ultimate. Now maybe looking for a lane gank instead, while Aristocrat is still pushing in top lane. Aristocrat picking up his first plate of the game, getting close to also killing the second plate. That's already a lot of gold for him in comparison to ABV, who has been able to farm, but not as well as the Gnar. QTKT now near the dragon, spawning in 6 seconds, but his bot lane has just reset. That does mean that um, he will be unable to just take it.
Yeah, an amazing water on this Katarina pick as QTKT is walking in the lane. Cannot find anything quite yet. But we will see if Katarina is actually the right choice here. There were a lot of champions open, but they still opted to go for that Katarina pick.
Yeah, of course. I think it's just mainly comfort pick. It's not been left open that often, so if you leave it open, you don't really know what to expect. But I think that THRLL just looks, if we leave it open, there's a large chance they will pick it. We will just pick the set to counter it. Now in the top lane, we see Aristocratic going in, hitting the stun, but anyway, just shielding, healing, everything back up. For now, it's Potato Volante also in the bot lane. Herald was dropped to get some gold. Hugin onto Grinder and the ult onto Watch Up Uzui. Uzui now in trouble, gets ignited. Grinder trying to create some space with Flash. Bear slap from QTKT. Z in the backline uses the ult to get Watch Up Uzi dead. 2 kills already over. Now third kill. Who gets onto Aristocratic? Gets rooted up by Karma. And then it's a double kill for Z. 3 kills for 0 in favor of THRLL, and they continue to chase with Z now running up, getting Sprite Breaker E off stun. 4th kill, triple kill for Z, and this is looking very good for Team THRLL Academy Twente.
Yeah, might as well make it a quick one as if we're going on like this. Z with an amazing Strike Breaker, Face Breaker combination, which causes Starland to lose 4 of its members and a giant lead now over to the mid lane and the AD carry position for Team Twente, and that's where you want the gold on.
Yeah, of course, getting the gold now. First turret taken down. 4k gold lead already at 13.5 minutes. That's a lot. And the only real gold lead advantage that on the side of Starland is in the top lane, where Gnar can be very strong with the gold, but Karma building the moon stuff really does not need as much gold while still buying very strong items. Which means that while it is a gold lead, it's not necessarily an item lead. Until then, for now, it's a bit of a CS lead in the bot lane for Washed Up Uzui, but Mechanics taking down the turret and getting more kills and assists means that he is also ahead by about 700 gold. And then it's a 1.5k gold lead in the mid lane for C compared to Amazing Water, and the same in the jungle for QTKT, who's been able to just outpath Potato Volante on this Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, and Karma and Udyr now in the top lane, maybe do something against that Gnar. He is backing off, of course, safe with the double hop option when he is the mini version of himself. And Z is side laning now in the bottom lane.
Yeah, of course, Seth is originally a top laner when playing in mid lane. Maybe the laning phase can be a bit rough, but as I showed here against Katarina, he had a very easy time, and now he's definitely able to transition into the side lane where he takes down turrets very fast because of his passive and his Q.
Yeah, exactly. Amy Vey also here in the top lane already has the Moonstone Renewer completed, as well as Udyr that has the Chem Tank. So that's almost the run it down items that you want on those two weirdly good champions.
Yeah, of course. If they get a lot of gold early on, that also means that they become very tanky. And while the comp from Stardom have a lot of damage, they need to scale to deal that damage. And if you have less gold than the tanks, you're not going to have enough damage to really burst them down fast enough before they do the same to you.
And that's exactly right. And we see 4 mythics completed on the side of Twente and only 1 at the side of Starland. So now is the moment that you want to go for those fights. You want to force fights against the enemy right now because you're just so far ahead with those actives.
Yeah, of course. There you already see it here. QTKT just running down Amazing Water, rotating through his forms and dealing half the HP of damage. Mechanics now alone in the mid lane together with Slimy Devil to defend the mid turret, which they are unable to. Potato Volante in a good position to maybe get a nice ult off once this Herald goes for the second charge, but it doesn't because it gets taken down nicely by THRLL. They have to be careful because Potato Volante is right around the corner.
Exactly, and we're going to see a hook now onto the tower, and but Cutie Katie is here already. The ultimate from Nara knocking them back a little bit, but Slimy Devil almost has the hook now. Flash forward, a great Fiddlesticks ultimate and a good combination from Starland, doing what they can. Mechanics can find the root onto two enemies, and Kaiser goes down in the end. And even with that perfect engage from Starland, Twente is not dying yet. They are so far ahead, finding the kill onto Fiddlesticks now as well. QTZ need to run away for now because Amazing Water is here with the combinations of the Katarina spells, but they can't do anything else. With that engage, they only drop one member.
Yeah, a very nice engage, but it was only mechanics to die because, well, QTKT and Slime Devil, they are just too tanky to be taken down by a level 1 Fiddlesticks ultimate. So, yeah, you lose mechanics, but then you still have QTKT right on the back line, killing Washed Up Uzi and then running down Potato Volante as soon as Z comes from the flank position now. QTKT gets jumped on by Aristocrate but can just run away.
Yeah, and it's very, very well done by Twente. They're so far ahead. It doesn't. Hey, QTKT steals the Grom. That's a feels good moment, and it feels bad if you are Nar.
Yeah, the Gromp right now is very valuable. It gives you some HP and mana back. So taking it can be very nice if you want to just side lane for a bit. And then it just gets stolen away. It's not fun to see if you just see a bear running past you, pressing smite, and then, well, Gromp gone.
Yeah, the next Drake is about to spawn. It's a Cloud Dragon, which means it's going to be a Cloud Soul as well. And that's not that bad if you are Twente right now, because Udyr with the Phoenix stance, which counts as his ultimate, even more increased move speed. Flashing over the wall right now, finding the signal to Potato Volante on the Fiddlesticks. Slimy Devil flashing over as well, and that's almost a dead Fiddlesticks, but he heals so much back from the heal. Z is dead now already. Amazing Water on the Katarina pick. Now goes what he wants to do. Mechanics cannot find a root, and it's a double kill for Katarina. Now Fiddlesticks tries to do whatever he can, but Amazing Water is gonna get that kill to Slimy Devil as well. In the end, it's a triple kill for Katarina.
Yeah, a flash forward from both Z and QTKT, but well, you are tanks. You won't have enough damage. Mechanics could not reach Potato Volante, and he was able to heal everything back up and take down Z. And as soon as Z was dead, Amazing Water could just jump in for free, pick up a double kill for himself, while Potato Volante picks up a kill for himself.
A very well executed by Starlon Gaming. It was hard at the beginning and it looked like they were losing that fight, but if you don't burst down that Fiddlesticks, he's gonna heal everything back up, and that's exactly what he did in that fight.
Yeah, very well done. Now it is a bit more difficult. QT, clearing out some wars, but THRLL now in a gold deficit. It's only 1k, but you gave some crucial kills and shutdowns over to Amazing Water on this Katarina. Now, with the completion of the Nashor's Tooth, will be able to start dealing a lot of damage and then also jump around in team fights and do a lot of work, which is gotta be scary to deal with.
Trying to cap the frame rate to 30 as well. Maybe we'll be fine if we do it like that. Maybe it's a little bit better. We will see. And yeah, mechanics needs to do that damage as well. Otherwise, it looks very, very grim for the side of Twente if they don't have those damage eaters who can do a lot of work for them.
Yeah, of course. Tanks, sometimes if you are going that ham, you sometimes forget, well, you're still a tank. You might not take damage, but you don't deal as much damage, even if you are Udyr with the strength of your base damages. QTKT now gets caught out, but with the insane movement speed, will just try to run away. Gets collapsed from 4 sides. Indeed, flees away, but no direction for him to flee to. So now he is dead, and another kill picked up for the side of Starland Gaming Club.
Yeah, now it looks very good for Starlon, where Twente had the lead, but in that one fight in the bottom side with the dragon, it looks like they've given it away a bit, and now Baron is next on the board for Starlon. Of course, QTKT is not available, not alive right now to smite this away, so Twente is just going to give Baron, and they opt to go for a bottom tower instead, if they can even manage to get there in time, because Baron is already down.
Yeah, Baron taken down now. That means that the comp from Starland can start to siege. They have quite a strong siege because of Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks can stand not attacking the turret, but stand in the fog of war in the jungle next to the turret. And when THRLL woke up to defend the turret, it's a free ultimate for Potato Volante.
Yeah, again, very well done. And if QT dies, that's just a free Baron you can take, because without those stunts on a very high pace, it gets rid of a lot of the potential of the comp of Team Twente.
Yeah, of course. You already see Watchdog Uzi being able to clear waves really fast, so they can get a lot of prio really fast. TTKT trying to run top to maybe get some farm for himself. While he had a very large lead in the early game, and now it's still stuck at only a 25 CS lead, which this late in the game does not mean that much. The same for Z, he was very far ahead, but now with Amazing Water getting those 3 kills and some shutdowns, it's very strong as well. Bot lane, same KDAs, but a better CS number for Washup Uzui means that they are basically even in gold with, I mean, it's a 7 gold lead for Washup Uzui. That is nice for him to play with. And now it's going to be interesting to see how THRLL will fight back.
Yeah, and they really need to do it as fast as possible, because they are now in the mid lane. They don't have a lot of prio. All the lanes are pushing into them if you don't regard the top lane where no one is right now. So that's gonna mean that there is probably a fight going to happen very soon, and that's what Fiddlesticks wants in those pockets.
Yeah, of course, being able to just use that ult to basically win team fight immediately with Ver. Now we see Aristocratic jumping in, does not get the stun, but Fiddlesticks is on the backline. C is the first one to die. Now Slimy Devil's the next start. He flashes away. Now ult in the back from Watchdog, so he gets 1 kill, gets 2 kills. Udyr is on top of him, but he will still deal enough damage. He now gets support from his support, triple kill already, and now Starland Gaming Club will look to end the game.
Yeah, and it's a very fast game if they do manage to end it right here, and all off the hand of one fight gone wrong in that bottom river for that Drake. Amazing Water is styling on that Katarina right now, finding that triple kill, meaning that he can immediately have the ability to end this game, and it does seem like it's a 24 minutes victory for Starland, while Twente had the upper hand in the beginning.
Yeah, looked very good for Twente in the beginning of the game, but they gave 1 fight away, and as soon as that happened, Stardom got back into control and just immediately started winning everything and could just take the Baron and then win a fight at around the inhib and end the game.
Okay guys, we'll be right back in the stream. I'm gonna restart my entire PC, and let's hope it then will work again as it did in the beginning of the day. So don't go anywhere, stay here, we'll be back in like 5